Hello everybody and welcome back to the Chassis Chariot series. Myself, Critical Rockets. I can't do the olden voice thing. So what we're looking at today is the Wolfhounds. And this is a series of light mechs that have great damage potential. They're all energy focused and they have decent hitboxes, good speed. I mean, the only thing they really like is jump jets, and for a long time Wolfhounds have been kind of left out in MechWarrior Online's overall meta field. Hasn't really been a lot that people, I think, have said good about them. The only time I ever really see a Wolfhound these days is the Grinner, because the hero comes with ECM and you can stealth armor that thing and all the rest of it. And so it's a shame, because when the Wolfhound originally debuted, it was really good. It was a strong light mech. If you want to get used to light mechs, I think the Wolfhound is a great start point, purely for the fact that it's very straightforward, it's a simple mech, it can run as a zombie because most of its weaponry is actually in its torsos instead of its arms, and it's got good damage spread because of the way the hitboxes work. So if you want to get used to the movement of a light mech and the best way of utilising something that's high speed for scoot and shoot tactics or harassment, this is a great chassis to start with. And the version we're looking at today is the WLF-3S. This is a variant that PGI could never have added originally because it used some of the Civil War era tech. It turned up in the 3060s and is actually kind of a departure from the traditional Wolfhound design. It uses a light fusion engine and mounts a ERPPC in the usual location of the large laser in the right arm, and backed up with that is a set of ER medium lasers and a single ER small. Now normally Wolfhounds have a rear firing weapon, but in MechWarrior Online you don't have that. So the rule of thumb is any rear firing weapon gets moved to the front. So if it's if they're on the right rear, left or right torso, they get moved to the front right or left torso and the CT respectively. So yeah, it means Wolfhounds also have an extra laser in the torso that they don't normally have. It makes them really powerful. The ER mediums and the ERPPC obviously can get a bit hot, no denying that. It can be a little bit toasty, especially on a map like Caustic, but that said, it has a remarkable heat dissipation. It's actually kind of quirked towards burning off a lot of excess heat. I don't even think I've skilled this version if I remember correctly. So with heat dissipation quirks and obviously whacking and things like double heat sinks, this can actually handle the heat load quite well. I would definitely recommend checking this one out. Actually, the ERPPC work well, and the ER lasers do give you that ability to work better as a light mech in the harassment role, being able to stay a tiny bit further away. Because one of the original problems, obviously, for a lot of Innisphere lights when it was coming up against clan stuff before the Civil War tech was that they would have to nominally stay closer to their targets, which meant the Innisphere light play was more focused on getting right up and up close and personal with their targets, and playing the harassment role that you see the Piranha doing these days, where they get so close it's difficult for players in bigger mechs to sort of hit them adequately. So the focus back then was using lights in this kind of face tanking scenario, and you swarm a bigger target and bring it down like that. But now the Innisphere side of light mechs can now play the longer game, where they can wear targets down at extreme range and move in that way. And this is a good example of what the Wolfhound can do. Maybe in the hands of a better pilot than myself, the damage potential of this thing can be quite stunning. And yeah, it might be looked at as being a bit of a detriment only having energy weapons, but I tend to view it as being similar to things like the Crab, in that it's straightforward. Once you have the weapon set that you like, say you prefer medium pulse or you prefer some kind of like big damage, like large laser type gameplay, you want to stay at range. Once you've got your setup, you can just purely focus on the damage. You don't have to worry about ammo counts, you don't have to worry about lock on. You just fire, maneuver, fire, maneuver, fire, maneuver, and just go like that. And it works surprisingly well. And you can see right now in the heat of the fight, even close to the Caldera, I've not really come close to overheating. I'm firing like multiple lasers at the same time, backed by the ERPPC. And yeah, it can get obviously a bit hot, especially right in the middle of this map, but it does deal with the heat quite well. So it's definitely a plus in that regard. So yeah, if you haven't seen any of the details about Wolfhound, it was one of those sort of cross-party kind of designs. It was made not long after the Hatchetman had been designed. It came out in 3028. Although, weirdly enough, it feels like a mech that was built at a later period. It feels like it was a mech that came out just for the Clan War, and I think part of that, for me at least, is because it was featured a lot in the Battletech cartoon, so you see that it's a fodder mech, it gets killed loads. So I remember seeing it in that. I remember seeing it featured heavily fighting clans, and in the reality was it's been around for quite a while. The Wolfhound spawned a Curitan design that was called the Wolf Trap, as the Curitans were basically fed up of being attacked by them, and they wanted to make a mech that was a perfect counter. Sadly, MWO has not featured the Wolf Trap. I'd love for them to add it, because it looks pretty cool. Look it up on Sana for the artwork. I always thought the Wolf Trap looked pretty nice. It's a decent mech. I believe it's a medium, if I'm right. I think it's like 40 or 45 ton medium. Specifically designed to basically counter Wolfhounds. That's the entire point of the mech. And it would be cool to have, because it's another Curita focused battle mech. It was one of their own designs, which there are very few of. Oh, there was that weird bug where there's the weird dot, the like lamppost sticking out of the ground. I don't know what that's all about. So yeah, this fight got really close. I thought we were going to lose, and the team, we just dragged it back. I don't know how the hell it happened. And then the last bit was dealing, I think there's a Banshee or something at the end. It scared the shit out of me. And yeah, he was gunning for me. He definitely wanted to kill me at the end. I don't blame him. He wants to get that kill. So yeah, this was. It looked like we were going to lose. It honestly did. I thought, oh, you know, we got flanked pretty badly, and it's gonna end with a pretty close fight. And yeah, both teams we really kicked the crap out of each other. It was a fun match. It was quite good. I thought I was going to get dropped right at the end, but we managed to. This is where I got more cautious. Like, I don't want to die. And I know there was another friendly out there who was taking hits, and I realised, like, oh, I can just scratch him. I can just scratch him at range until he pops. And oh, excuse me. And that was the end one of that fight. So yeah, this one. Oh Christ, what's going on my throat? This one is pretty much over. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you have a good week. I'll see you for the next chassis series. Chariot one, so it'll be clans next time, so don't worry, all you clanners out there. I'll get some clan mechs recorded, since we've had a double whammy of Innersphere stuff. But yeah, if you haven't checked out the Wolfhound, give it a look. As I said, it's a great start point for learning how to play light mechs. So until then, see you next time. Bye.